I've been telling stories all my life of who I was, of battles and of strife. I polished every chapter, every line, until the truth began to shine. But somewhere in the editing I lost the version that the editing cost. The story I told myself was clean, a hero's arc, a well-rehearsed scene. But the margins held a different text, a version I had never texted. It lives in the spaces between farewell, not in the chapters I wrote with pride, but in the moments I chose to hide. And maybe the self is not the tale, but the silence after the final exhale. I met a man who stopped his story cold. He said the narrative was getting old. He burned his journals, let the ashes fly, and found himself in the empty sky. He wasn't who he thought he'd always been. He was just the space the story had been in. So I sat with my unwritten page and felt the weight of every stage I'd built to prove that I was real, when the real was what I couldn't feel. Oh, the story I forgot to tell, it lives in the spaces between farewell, not in the chapters I wrote with pride, but in the moments I chose to hide. And maybe the self is not the tale, but the silence after the final exhale. What if I am not the words I speak, but the pause between the quiet, the weak, the story that I never learned to name, is the only one without a frame. The Buddhists say the self is just a thought, a narrative that we have bought. And when we stop the telling, we are free to be what we were always meant to be. Not a chapter, not a line, just the space where stories learn to shine. Oh, the story I forgot to tell, I'm learning to love it as well, not as a loss, not as a lack, but as the road I never took back. And the self I was always meant to be is the one who finally stops to see that the story was never mine to hold. I'm the silence where it all unfolds. They asked me who I was. I said, I'm the one who forgot and found myself in the forgetting.
I used to think regret was something to outrun, a weight to drop before the day was done. I'd apologize to ghosts in empty chairs, rewrite the past in silent private prayers. I thought if I could just undo the wrong, I'd finally find where I belonged. But every revision left a deeper crease, a version of myself I couldn't release, until I met an old man on a bench who said regret is not a wrench to fix the past. It's just the shape of what you're finally ready to escape. Inside is not a place where I go to hide. It's just the scar of a choice I made, a price I paid, and a debt I stayed. Not to fix, not to undo, but to carry with me through and through. I never told my father I loved him before the silence swallowed all the hymn. I thought I'd have another year, another day, but time just took the words away. And now I whisper them into the air, knowing he can't hear, but I still care. The regret is not the thing I said, it's the thing I left inside my head. And keeping it is not the same as shame, it's just learning to live with the unnamed. Oh, the regret I learned to keep inside is not a place where I go to hide. It's just the scar of a choice I made, a price I paid, and a debt I stayed. Not to fix, not to undo, but to carry with me through and through. What if regret is not a wound to heal, but a mirror showing you what's real? The thing you didn't say, the step you didn't take, is just the shape the love had to make. The Buddhists say attachment is the root of suffering, but what's the substitute for caring so much it leaves a mark, a fingerprint upon the dark? So I'm keeping my regret tonight, not as a burden, not as a fight, but as the map of who I tried to be, the one who loved imperfectly. And the only way to love at all is to risk the weight of every fall. Oh, the regret inside, I'm finally letting it be my guide. Not to fix, not to run, but to love the thing I've finally done. The choice I made, the word I left unsaid, is the place where I have finally bled into the person I was meant to be, the one who keeps the things he couldn't free. They asked me if I'd do it all again. I said, yes. The same mistakes, the same silence, because that's the only way I got here. I used to think goodbye meant letting go, closing the door and never looking though. The window at the ghost of what we had, pretending that the loss wouldn't make me sad. I'd pack the memory in a cardboard box and bury it beneath the garden rocks. But the goodbyes I buried always grew into something I couldn't undo. They sent up shoots through every floorboard crack, and I realized I couldn't give them back. Oh, the goodbye I carried with me was never the end, just a different key. Not a loss I had to leave behind, but a weight that taught my heart to find a way to hold what I can't keep, and love it even as I weep. I met a woman who had lost her son. She said the grief was never really done, but she didn't try to put it on a shelf. She just learned to carry it herself, not as a burden, not as a chain, but as a way to keep him here again. She said the goodbye isn't where you stop, it's just the shape the love has finally got. It doesn't mean you have to let it die, it just means you carry it with a different eye. Oh, the goodbye I carried with me was never the end, just a different key. Not a loss I had to leave behind, but a weight that taught my heart to find a way to hold what I can't keep,
if goodbye is not a door that shuts, but a bag you pack with all the what was. You don't forget, you just rearrange the furniture of love into a strange new room that still has all the same old light, but diffused through a different kind of night. The people we lose don't disappear, they just get quieter, that's all, my dear. They move from the shouting to the whisper, from the touch to the shimmer, and we carry them not as a stone, but as a song we've always known. So I'll pack your goodbye into my chest, not as a wound, but as a guest that stays with me until I'm gone, and teaches me to carry on. Space where love begins again, not as an ending, not as a scar, but as the map of who we are. And every goodbye I'll ever know is the only way the love will grow. They asked me if I'd ever let it go. I said no, I just learned to carry it the way the sea carries the shore. Not to keep it, but to keep it with me. Used to look at photos of my youth and see a stranger I was running from in truth. Too shy, too soft, too full of doubt, a version I was trying to cut out. I smooth the edges, file the rough away, believing I'd be better that way. But late one night I found an old cassette, a voice I tried so hard to forget. It sang a song I'd written at 13, and I heard someone I'd never been, but somehow still was hiding underneath the person I'd constructed tooth and teeth. Oh, the one I left behind on the road, he's still carrying the weight I let go. Not as a ghost,
just a circle back to him someday. I met a man who changed his name and face, moved to a city, built a brand new space. He said, I killed the person I used to be, but when I looked, I didn't see him free. I saw a man still running from the past, afraid that if he stopped, he wouldn't last. He thought escape was how you grow, but you can't leave the one you used to know. They just wait in silence at the door until you're tired enough to let them in once more. Oh, the one I left behind on the road, he's still carrying the weight I let go. Not as a ghost, not as a shame, but as the one who knew my real name. And every step I took to get away was just a circle back to him someday. What if the person I've been running from was never the enemy, just the sum of everything I needed to become? You can't build a house without the ground. You can't make a silence without the sound. The self I left behind is not a flaw, it's the foundation, that's all. The awkward kid, the one who cried, the one who didn't know how to hide, is still the one who knows the way back to the truth I threw away. So I'm turning round, I'm walking back to the boy I thought I couldn't track. And I'm not here to fix him or to save, I'm just here to say I'm not afraid of the one I left behind anymore. He's been waiting by the door. He's the only one who ever truly knows the shape of who I was, always meant to be. Not the person I tried to be, but me. And every step I took to get away was the road that brought me back to him today. Not as a stranger, not as a ghost, but as the self I needed most. They asked me who I finally became. I said, the one who stopped running and walked back to the one I was running from. I remember when the world was made of light, before I learned to tell the day from night, when every question had a simple yes, and every wound was just a small caress. Before I knew the weight of what I'd lost, before I counted up the final cost. But the apple hung so heavy on the tree, and the serpent spoke so beautifully. So I reached, and I took, and I fell from the only world I knew so well. Oh, the Eden we walked away from still lives inside the hollow of the will, not as a place we can return to see, but as a song we hum to set us free. We cannot go back, but we can know the loss itself is how the flowers grow. I met a child who hadn't learned to fall. She looked at me and didn't ask at all why the world was broken or unfair. She just offered me her apple pear, and in her unblemished open gaze I saw the ghost of my forgotten days. She doesn't know the serpent or the tree, she just knows the fruit is sweet and free. And I envied her unburdened grace, but I couldn't find my way back to that place. Oh, the Eden we walked away from still lives inside the hollow of the will, not as a place we can return to see, but as a song we hum to set us free. What if leaving Eden was not a fall? What if the fruit was a gift after all? Not a curse, but the only way to see that innocence is not the same as free. The mystics say that paradise is here, but only after we have shed the fear of knowing what we are, of seeing true, of losing what we knew to find what's new. And the child who hasn't tasted the tree is still asleep in a beautiful dream. But the one who has eaten and known the cost has woken up and has not been lost, just been delivered to a deeper ground, where paradise is found in the sound of a song that knows its own farewell and loves the story it has to tell. Oh, the Eden we walked away from still calls to me on every windowsill, not as a place I mourn or I regret, but as the part of me that hasn't left, and the wisdom of the fruit I ate is the only thing that makes me great, because I know the loss and love it's still the Eden I can't have, but always will. They asked me if I'd go back if I could. I said I wouldn't. The garden was beautiful, but I love the road I took to leave it. I spend my life searching for the divine in temples built of marble and of pine. I climb the mountains, cross the sacred streams, believing holiness was in the extremes. But late one night I watched the dust descend, settling on the tables, silent and bent. And in the quiet of that simple fall, I heard a voice that answered every call. The dust had always been there on the shelf. I just never stopped to see it for itself. Not as dirt, not as something to remove, but as a presence I had failed to prove. Oh, the holy and the dust, it calls to me, not from the sky, but from what I can see. In the coffee cooling on the morning tray, in the shadow of the close of day. The sacred doesn't live in some far place, it lives in the lines upon my face. The monk once told me God was in the pause, between the breaths, between the broken laws. But I was running too fast to feel the space, always chasing some imagined grace. Then I stopped to watch the rain on window glass, and saw the universe in every pass. Each drop a prayer that didn't need a word, a silence that the heaven had overheard. The dust and rain were never separate from what I thought was truly consecrate. The boundary was just a line I drew to keep the sacred somewhere I could view. Oh, the holy in the dust, it calls to me, not from the sky, but from what I can see. In the coffee cooling on the morning tray, in the shadow of the close of day. The sacred doesn't live in some far place, it lives in the lines upon my face. What if heaven is not up, but here? Not a distance, but the atmosphere that wraps around the ordinary things and gives the common bread its wings. The mystics say the world is charged with grace, and every face reflects the holy face. But we have trained our eyes to look above when the sacred is the one we love. In the gesture of a simple hand, in the ground beneath where we stand. The dust is not a failure the only place the holy's ever been. Oh, the holy in the dust, it calls to me. And finally my eyes begin to see that the temple was never made of stone. It was the life I've always known. In the kitchen, in the morning light, in the struggle of the fading night, the sacred isn't waiting to be found. It's the dust that settles all around. They asked me where I found God. I pointed to the dust on the windowsill. I spend my life building armor out of pride, polishing the outside, keeping the inside hidden where no one could ever see. The cracks, the breaks, the parts of me that didn't fit the image I had made. A fortress I was too afraid to trade. But the armor got so heavy I couldn't stand, and the walls I built became my prison land. So I let one brick fall, then two, then three, and someone saw the real me. Oh, the bones I was afraid to show are the only things that help me grow. Not the strength I faked, not the perfect face, but the cracks that let the light into this place. And every break I tried to hide is the only part of me that hasn't lied. I met a woman with a scar across her cheek. She said, "This is the story I don't speak." But every time someone looks away in fear, I remember that I'm still here. Not because I'm flawless, not because I'm strong, but because I learned to let the scar belong. She didn't cover it with makeup or with shame. She let it be the map of where she came. And in her honesty, I finally saw that broken doesn't mean a flaw. Oh, the bones I was afraid to show are the only things that help me grow. Not the strength I faked, not the perfect face, but the cracks that let the light into this place. And every break I tried to hide is the only part of me that hasn't lied. What if the strongest thing I'll ever do is let someone see me coming unglued? Not the polished version I rehearse, but the one that's learning to reverse the story that I have to be complete, to be worthy of my own 2 feet. The armor never kept me safe at all. It just made me too heavy to answer the call of a life that needed me to fall, and in the falling find my real voice. Because the only strength I have to give is the one that finally learns to live in the open, in the raw, in the real, where the broken things finally heal. Oh, the bones I was afraid to show, I'm finally letting the whole world know that the beauty isn't in the perfect bone. It's in the way the healing is grown. And every scar I try to lose is the only truth I have to choose. Not as a weakness, not as a shame, but as the only honest thing I asked me when I finally felt strong. I said, the day I stopped pretending I wasn't broken.
I used to hold so tight my knuckles turn white, believing if I loosened I'd lose the fight. I grip my plans, my dreams, my every fear, like letting go would make them disappear. I kept my fingers locked around the wheel, afraid that if I didn't steer, I'd never feel. But one night the wheel
just broke in two, and I had nothing left to hold on to. I fell back into open space and found a hand I couldn't trace. Oh, the letting go that held me tight was never falling, just learning to light. Not a loss of grip, not a loss of will, but a trust that carried me still. In the space between my hands and the ground, I found the only thing that wouldn't let me down. I met a woman who lost everything, her home, her name, her wedding ring. She said, I thought my life was in my hands, but losing it was part of the plan. Not a punishment, not a cruel design, but a way to finally find what's mine. She didn't build again the way before. She just let the floor become the door. And in the falling, she found her feet, standing on something she could finally meet. Oh, the letting go that held me tight was never falling, just learning to light. Not a loss of grip, not a loss of will, but a trust that carried me still. In the space between my hands and the ground, I found the only thing that wouldn't let me down. What if the ground is always catching me? Not because I see it, but because it's free to hold me when I stop the hold and let the story unfold. The river doesn't grip the banks to flow, the seed doesn't hold the soil to grow. And maybe I don't need to clench the reins to keep from going down the drains. The trust is in the letting of the ride, the courage to stay open wide. So I'm opening my palms tonight, not as defeat, but as a different kind of might. The kind that knows the fall is just the flight, and the landing is the only light. Oh, the letting go that held me tight, I'm finally living it day and night. Not as surrender, not as defeat, but as the only rhythm of my feet. And every time I loosen up my hand, I land on something I don't understand, but somehow it's the only thing that's real, the only way I know how to feel. They asked me what I was holding on to. I said, nothing. And everything, and the everything was in the nothing. Took the job when I was 23 to keep the light burning for those at sea. I thought the solitude would be my cage, a sentence written on a lonely page. But somewhere in the stillness of the night, the waves began to teach me how to write. A language that required no reply, a conversation with the empty sky. The ships would pass and never look my way, their lights just fading into gray. And I would stand upon my rocky shore, learning to need eating nothing more. Oh, the lighthouse keeper's dance is slow, a rhythm only the lonely know. Not a punishment, not a chain, but a freedom I can't explain. When the only witness is the sea, the dance becomes just what it needs to be. Sometimes I think of cities I have known, the crowds, the voices, never be alone. But I was lonelier among the throng than in this tower where I sing my song. The difference is not how many are near, but whether absence is what you fear. I learned to fill the silence with my breath, and found a peace that doesn't fear death. The keepers who came before me knew that solitude is not a thing to rue. It's just a mirror with no one else inside, where you finally meet the one you hide. Oh, the lighthouse keeper's dance is slow, a rhythm only the lonely know. Not a punishment, not a chain, but a freedom I can't explain. When the only witness is the sea, the dance becomes just what it needs to be. Just a door to a room you've never seen before. Where no one watches, no one judges you, and the only truth is what you do. The philosopher said man is social by design, but the lighthouse taught me a different line, that to be with others is a choice you make, but to be with yourself is the only break from the performance of the social stage, the freedom of a single page. The sea doesn't need a witness to be grand, and neither do I understand. Oh, the lighthouse keeper's dance is slow, and now I'm ready to let it go. Not because the solitude is done, but because the dance has just begun. Beyond the tower, beyond the shore, where the dancer is the dance and nothing more.
asked me if I was lonely. I said, only if you think the sea is empty. Just because no one is watching.